Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. We're having the day of the crooked camera. I've tried several times to straighten the camera up, so if we're crooked today, just bear with me. I don't know what else to do. Or maybe my eyeballs are crooked, I don't know, but everything looks whomper jawed. But this is the 28th of April, 2023. I had CJ's birthday this week. We didn't get to see him, but we saw him, you know, when I was down last weekend, or weekend before last, I guess. And so then there'll be a Mother's Day weekend, so I'll get to see him then. So happy 36th birthday to my first baby, the genesis of my life, my little circus boy. So he still loves his unicycling and his gaming and all kind of fun things. So happy birthday, CJ, or Siege, as he's usually called here, because his name's Christopher James, but that takes too long to say because he always went like 1,000 miles an hour, right? And so then we shortened it to CJ, and that still wasn't fast enough. And so then it became Siege because you had to be able to holler it out really fast. Hi, Patty. Patty, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Can you say hi, everybody, Patty? Can you say hi, Patty? Huh? Are you mad at me? Huh? I guess not. She had to get in the bathtub yesterday. She wouldn't leave me alone in the bathtub, so I just picked her up and set her in there with me, and she was kind of off with me all day yesterday, so it seems I'm back in good graces, which is nice. But I've had some good stitching time this week. I've got some stuff done, stitching, finishing. So a good week all in all. I have several whips, I think like 5 whips that got worked on. And then the elephant in the room that keeps peeking out behind my noodle back there is my big FFO. I guess we'll start with her. This is my big FFO this week, my big finish and FFO. I stinking love it. And Frankie, if you used it for the cover photo, I would be so honored. She said she hasn't got hers finished yet, but it is so beautiful. And now I wish I had persevered and done the other 2 little pinwheels. It was supposed to have 2 more pinwheels here, but y'all know I struggle with the pinwheels. So I just put little hearts in there instead. And then up here, I added initials, mine and James's initials, and then 1986 and infinity over here. And he is at work, so there won't be any singing this week. I am sorry for that. I'll see if I can get some singing again. He was very upset with me. He was like, why didn't you holler at me? I'm like, it was already done. After they done heard it, what am I gonna holler at you gonna change? So, but he does have a nice voice, although he doesn't ever sing because, you know, happy people sing. But I love this. I could not be happier with it. So it has Frankie's favorite poem by Edna St. Vincent Millay. I might be driven to sell your love for peace or trade the memory of this night for food. It well may be. I do not think I would. 2 hearts, 1 soul, which I don't know about all that, but like I said, we're just the 2 scorpions that God couldn't figure out what else to do with, so he dropped us in the same bowl. So this, I framed it myself, and it is centered, even though it doesn't really look like it, because whichever way I turn the frame, see, it makes the little gap look weird. But we went searching for a frame when we had the girls on Saturday. We ran over to Hobby Lobby, and no, Friday night. We ran to Friday night. And I found this one, and it was in the, you know, over there in the naked wood section. I saved the little cover for y'all. So it was just like naked wood. It didn't have any paint or anything on it. And it was $11.99 and it was 40% off. So you can't beat that, right? So what I pay $7.50 for it, $7, something like that. So $7 frame. I brought it home and I used my black watercolor on it just to kind of give it a little stain. And then I sealed it with clear seal, so none of the watercolor stuff would wipe off, so it won't come off on your hand. Because if you use watercolor a lot, you know, on some things it leaves a little residue, and if you wipe it off, you can, you know, see it on your hand still. So I did put a seal on there. But so this is a $7.50 frame, well, plus the sticky board in there. So what are those things, $5? So this is $12. And so Frankie designed it in a square. This is on 36 count vintage rose. So 36 count, this fits like this in a 12 by 12 frame, just perfect. I used, and I wrote on the back, I stitched this Love Is Not All sampler designed by my friend Frankie Kins, doing business as a wicked stepmother, for myself and James Williams. The fabric is 36 count vintage rose linen. The floss is gassed cherry bark, sulky 4055 and 4007. Week Style Works juniper, and then all the rest are Wicked Stepmothers. Harvest Moon, Blue Bayou, Woolly Swamp, Champagne Supernova, Hey Jude, and Crystal Blue Persuasion. I'm gonna try to hold that up there so if anybody wants to look at any of the same colors, maybe you can freeze it on your phone and blow it up and write it down. But I'll try to hold it up closer to you. This fabric is beautiful. The border is the 4007 sulky, and then the roof here, I had used this roof, this blue, I pulled it to use. It is Crystal Blue Persuasion, but I decided I wanted it a little more royal blue on my roof. So we went somewhere and I seen a house with a royal blue roof and I liked it. So then I came back and made my roof more of a, it's not true royal blue, but it has more royal than the Crystal Blue Persuasion. So it's a little bit darker. And then, so that's the only sulky except for the border. The roof of the house and the chimneys and the border are the only ones that are those two sulky colors. But I stinking love it, and I will take a better picture and send to you, Frankie, of it, because I would be so honored if it was the cover photo. But I love it. And then if you want to put my hearts, you know, that's fine. I don't care about that. If you want to stick that down there for somebody, if they wanted to put a heart in, they may be struggling like me to make the pinwheels. It's ridiculous, but it's true. But I love this. I loved framing it up yesterday and getting it done. I had another little framing piece, the piece my Jessie Watson, I needed to finish off the back fully. So when I did this one, I did that one and put all my relatives on the back of it. So the Jessie Watson got the back of it finished clean like that also. So I'm gonna put that guy right there. But that was my big finish this week. Woohoo! So I was super excited. And so now I think this bag is empty, except I need to put my colors away now that I've listed them. And put it over there. So, and that's kind of how I do. And then, so I had a big finish in that one and FFO'd it, and then I had a little finish. So I'm kind of going in backward order, but it made me so happy that I want to share. I got a finish on Woolly Winter. And one of y'all sent that there was a frame for this. Jill Rinsel is what my brain is saying now. Of course, I can't find where I wrote it down because that would make sense. Jill Rinsel, Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. And I've been looking for it. So if any of y'all see the mat, there is evidently this mat that goes with this that you can buy from Jill Rinsel Studios. I looked on her online and I couldn't find it, and they may not have them anymore. They may, you know, this has been a minute, so they may be all sold out of them. But It is beautiful. It is Woolly Winter, and it's by Shepherd's Bush. It came initially as a kit. I didn't use my beads. I ended up, because there's beads up there by the snowman and then beads in the middle of those little snowflakes right there. The white ones at the bottom. I just did French knots. And then I didn't have that little specialty snowflake, but one of y'all had sent me a snowflake that worked perfect. So let's see if I can get this one up here. Or is it? Nope, it's too long for that piece. It's got to go on this one. Even though there ain't much to it, it's long. It's so skinny. But I love this ebony. Now, I will say the little white snowflakes at the bottom, because this material is hard for me to see, I did have a hard time seeing them. Now, it has not been pressed, and so I'll have to press it on a towel because I went ahead and did my snowflake and everything on. But I could put this on here. Oh, hi, squirrel. My little squirrel just ran across the back. I bet he's getting Aria's apple. Aria didn't finish her apple yesterday, and I told her to throw it out so Mr. Squirrel the bunny one would come and eat it. And I bet he's grabbing it up. So here it is far off, and I could not be more excited about it. I love, love, love it. So those, I put the French knots, and I did add this little row up here because my green had faded out some and you couldn't see it. So I switched it for a green sulky that I had that was kind of the same weight and did down here. So I put this green, this forced green line right here to add, to tie in this green down here. So that was just a row back stitch. Then you have the pink snowflakes, then the snowman, then you have that like herringbone stitch, and then words and the little stocking caps. And Lisa, I did not say toboggans. My friend from Iowa one time corrected me real hard because I said, we always called those toboggans. You know, you put on your head. And she let me know real quick that that was not a toboggan. A toboggan was something you rode down a hill on snow on. So I didn't say toboggan. So it's a stocking cap or a beanie or whatever. There's those little row of satin stitches. What's next? Oh, then those, I don't remember what they called those satin stitches that are straight up and down. Then there's back stitch. Let me see if I can see it better. Right there, back stitch, and then the hearts, and then Winter's Bright, then the little mittens. These are called, I think they call them knitting stitch. These like this, and they go kind of sideways or something. But there's satin, and then there's like a knitting stitch with a row over it, the little bitty snowflakes, hearts, more words. These are square stitches with X's in them, but you can barely see it because it's kind of the same color. I don't know if maybe there it can pick it up a little better. With X's in them. Then this is where I switched out my green here and here because my green wasn't showing up. I guess some of the silk had faded over the years a little. So I just pulled that sulky and did it. Then these like killed me because I had such a hard time seeing it. So they are not perfect, and that's okay. That's how they're staying. And then these guys are little stitches with, you can see the, the reverse, because there's like a void of the little snowflakes there. And then y'all sent that snowflake charm and it fit perfect. And then I have the year and my initials on here. So I'm so super excited to have it finished. Like I said, now I'm on the hunt for this frame. I mean, this little mat, if it's possible. So if anybody sees it, holler, because I've kind of been searching around online. Searching around online also makes me think of the Noah Santa that Trisha sent me that was so cute. And I thought I had the pattern for it, but the lady can't find it now. So I'm back on the search for the Noah Santa by, okay, refer back to your notes. That's why you have them. Homespun Collectibles. So I'm back on search for the Noah Santa by Homespun Collectibles because she rearranged all her stuff and now she can't find it. So she said she'd keep looking. She was very sweet about it and, you know, sent my money back. And so she was super nice. But I'm on the hunt again. So hunting and hunting. But so I felt like I had this week, I did a lot of good because I got 2 finishes. And so then if we flip back over to my July 2022, so then that is Woolly Winter also finished on yesterday. So there's 1, 2. So I'm down to 5. I have 5 left. I have the Mill Hill Santa, the kit with the little Santa that I need to put the beads on. I have Wild Hedgerow House that I need to look at and finish. I haven't pulled it out in a while. So one of these will move back into rotation hard. Noah Stories to Live by Plum Street. Then Halloween Rules and Signs from Heaven. So Halloween Rules will, like I said, if I don't have it finished by July, I'm fine with that because I don't need it till the fall. But I'm gonna try to knock these others out. I would love to have them finished by July so that by the year, 1 year later, I had finished all my whips that were old. And I had just started Halloween Rules earlier than that. So that was July 2022 that I did that whip list. So from 19 to 5, so I'm super happy with all that. So now today I just got to fold this guy up, and I guess I'll just leave him not pressed or anything for a while till I find, if I can find that little mat. Look, Salty Yarns had some listed, but they didn't have this one listed. I thought I would call them, or if any of y'all go in there and see it, holler at me. But I intend to give them a call and ask if they have it. Fold it back up. Always fold your stitching to the inside. To the inside. Like the elevator when we're in San Antonio. It's hilarious to me because it sounds just like the elevator. It makes me think the elevator on Are You Being Served? You get in and you hit your little key card on there and it says, going up. Okay. At that point, you're committed. What does it matter which direction it's going at that point? You can't get out. The door has shut. So really doesn't matter which direction you're going at that point. You're committed, all right? You're the pig at breakfast. You're in. You cannot get out of the elevator door. So I never do understand why it says going up, because it doesn't matter which direction you're going. Whether it's going up or down, you're going. Now you have to get off later, but you're still going, so it don't matter if you're going up or down. Anyway, I always think it's funny. And like I said, she sounds just like the elevator in my brain on Are You Being Served? Going up. Whips. So I had my big finish and FFO, and then I just had my finish of Woolly Winter. So whoop whoop. Those were good times this week. I worked on Hummingbird Sampler, which is, I think all these are new starts, except, no, Halloween Rules isn't, and Noah. Then I have 2 that I've started since my July's, which I've done lots of things since then. But this is Hummingbird Sampler by Heart and Hand. It is so cute. This is that beautiful thread, that satin floss that y'all sent, that when I saw it, I immediately thought of my hummingbirds. And we put up my Martin house, and I hope they move in there. The wind blows so hard here. It said put it where the wind doesn't blow, and I'm thinking, well, that knocks out everywhere in Ellis County, Texas, at least. So We'll see. Yeah. It is where the wind doesn't blow. Not here. It blows like a hurricane. When James Williams moved up here from Lampasas, I remember him being so upset because at that time he wore a cowboy hat all the time. He wore one every day, all day. And he finally quit wearing one. They make him wear they want to wear hard hats at work. So he finally quit wearing one. He just got out the habit. I mean, he still has them, but he didn't wear them every day like he used to. But he was like, does the wind ever quit blowing here? Where I come from, a Stampede Strap, that's just, you know, for show. You don't really use it. Which, if y'all don't know, a Stampede Strap is what you call the little thing. The holes go through, here's your hat here, and the holes go through the side, and the leather strap comes down like this. And it's called Stampede Strap. So you cinch it up when you have to go off chasing the cows in a stampede or whatever, and it won't blow off your head, right? Because your hat is choking you out, but it's staying on your head. Well, of course, he was not about to wear no Stampede Strap when he was just working. But y'all, and he'll probably come here telling this, he got to using my hairspray, okay? And, you know, we're talking 1986, right? Hairspray is large. You got your white rain, and it is like glue. And honest to God, he would glue it to his head. He would take my hairspray, and he would spray it all around his noodle. And then he would stick his hat on, and honest to God, glue his hat on his head every day. It would crack me up. But his hat didn't blow off, so I guess, you know, needs must, right? But yes, the wind here is just, and I'm like, I don't know, it always blows like this. For me, it was normal, right? Because normal is whatever you live through every day. So for me, the wind was normal. For him, it was not. But I will have a finish. I should have a finish on this guy this week because I have got all my letters done. So I'm done up to here on it. So I just have this little section down here left to go. And I could not be happier with it. I love it. The only thing I wish, and I probably will not pick it out because I'm lazy, I wish that some of these have a peach color in them that I did not have. And the other pieces, all the pieces don't have it in there. I wish I had noticed and started where that peach color was like his bill. I'm sure I won't pick it out because I hate to pick things out. I've had to do that a little this week, and it's a whooping. I had to do it a lot. Patty, really? You gotta stick your tail in my face? Huh? Look, I'm doing something. I'm doing something, huh? I'm doing something. Let's go down. There you go. But I've had to pick out some this week, and picking out is not my jam. I ain't even joking. It is not my jam. I'm trying to think what I had to pick out. I had to pick out something on Woolly Winter because my greens weren't showing up. That's what it was. And it was a whipping for me. I hate it. So I just have that little piece at the bottom. So this will be a finish this week. And then I can get it FFO'd and ready to display for the summer. I still am only seeing, of course I say I see one. I'm only seeing one at a time. It's probably not the same bird, but I'm keeping my feeders filled. And like I said, I'm seeing a bird at a time. Whereas in the summer, you know, it'll get to be where they'll be all over the feeders. We're not at that level yet. We're just, you know, just having one. So here he is, and he will be a finish this week. So that will be fabulous. The other, I don't know that I will have another finish this week on my 5 big things left because they're kind of big. So, because we're fixing to look at 2 of the 5. And the other ones, the mill heel. Okay, the thing with the beads is it's not that many of them, but I need to do it on a day or two where the kids are not going to be here and not going to be coming through. And because y'all, them beads be everywhere. Everywhere. We had Catch's birthday on Tuesday night. CJ's birthday was Monday. Catch's birthday's Tuesday. And I'll show y'all a little video of him. Nell and Peepaw is what he calls Bebe's parents. So his other grandparents, her name's Nellie, and other kids had already adopted her as their grandma, right? And so they called her Nell Nell. And so she still stays, she decided she was gonna stay Nell Nell. So she's Nell Nell, and then Rick is Peepaw. They found, which Nellie is, she does like couponing sites and stuff, and she's like a couponing genius and stuff. She can do all that stuff. And she had seen these little zero-turn pretend mowers for kids, right? And they were sold out of them. And so then she found them. The Tractor Supply had them again. So they got him one. And y'all, he was the cutest thing on there. Oh my gosh, just adorable. And so but he can't reach the pedal. So Keely geared it up where the pedal stays in the on until he turns it off. And then, you know, he just runs it with the hand things like you do a zero-turn mower. And oh my gosh, he was hilarious in it and loving it. But he also got him a pedal tractor, and he pedals the tractor and sits on the tractor in the house all the time. So we had a great time Tuesday night. They made fajitas, and so everybody got together, and I got to see Nellie's beautiful kids. Bebe's brothers and sisters are all so beautiful, and they're grown now, and it's just hard for me. But it was so nice to see everybody and to get to see Nellie and Rick. And also, it was super fun. So this guy will be a finish this week, and hopefully, I would like to think that maybe I could get my Mill Hill Santa finished this week, but it'll just matter what's going on, because Bebe did her last clinical though. Her last clinical rotation was this last week, so that was done, I think on Monday. So now she's just got test, you know, test, and test. So that is Hummingbird Sampler by Heart in Hand. Like I said, she has the whole series, because there's the blue bird one, and there is all kind of bird ones. So I'll probably need to do all of those because, well, all the birds. Got all in there, yes. Okay, who else? The other one that is not on the list is my birthday start. So I will show you my birthday start. This is the Pink Sparrow Sampler. It was a gift from Daylene, and she is so grateful on Instagram and on Flosstube. If y'all don't watch Daylene, you're missing out, because she is a fabulous stitcher and quilter and gardener and all around human, just all the good things. She's so kind and so knowledgeable, and I love talking to Daylene, or texting or message, whatever you call it. Emailing, that's the word. I never get around to calling anybody, which is a huge downfall of mine. I never get around to calling anybody on the phone, because I feel like my life is in chaos 24/7, even though it isn't. Okay, here's what's funny. When I worked, I talked on the phone so much more. Because when you're sculpting, you just use your hands, right? You just use your hands. But you're looking at it and you're doing this. So I could be chit-chatting, and there is a hair on my face making me crazy. I could just be chit-chatting while I was working. So I just put my phone on speaker, put my headphones on, and I could talk. And I talked on the phone. Not nonstop, but I mean, more than I do now. Of course, at the flower shop, we talked nonstop because we were all in there together working with our hands, designing arrangements and stuff. And we all talked all the time. So now that I should be, I feel like, more social than ever, I'm less social than ever. But I am getting to go to lunch with my friend Kristen today. We're meeting for lunch, and then Kimia has some kind of an award ceremony. And we don't know what. She's got some kind of award, and it's like a surprise. Even Kimia doesn't know about it. So at 2 o'clock, I have that. So I'll get to go see it. Let's see if I can get, okay. Here it is here, the Pink Bird Sampler with a needle and thread. And it is gorgeous. And it's in these beautiful subdued colors that I don't usually do. But I love the design of it. So I just went in there and started digging, and I got out a bunch of my Wicked Stepmother colors. And so far I've only used 3. But this is on 30 count pecan shortbread. linen. And I'm loving it. So I made myself do all the way around like so many of y'all do. So that's done, because that's the worst part for me is the border. So, but it is true, when I was watching Carol, Stop But Stitcher, she said when she has a border and it's all the same, which I counted around, and these were mostly the same. There was a couple of differences, but so I could go, you know, like 12, 4, candy cane, 6, 6, golf tee, 6, 4, candy cane, 6, 6, golf tee, which is, that's how my brain works. Even though I don't play golf, that looks like a golf tee for me. So I was able to get around my border and it matched up. Hallelujah, amen. And then I started the cross section right there with the other, a lighter green. And then I believe that is autumn sweater. So what I've used so far is autumn sweater, green river, and woolly swamp, I think. No. Green river and holly jolly Christmas, maybe. Maybe. No. It's either holly jolly or woolly swamp. I've got them both pulled here and I'm not sure which I use for what, but so far these are the colors that I pulled out and used. And then these are some of the other ones that I've pulled to finish it, to do the other parts with. So can I get them to be friends with each other? Maybe. So I love all these colors. These are my colors. So I will be pulling from these to finish it, but that is the Pink Sparrow Sampler by Brenda Gervais with that needle thread, and I love it. So it has, this is the first section here. And so I've got started across it. I'm gonna do these leaves in Falling Leaves by Wicked Stepmother. And then it has a second one right here. So this one I think is what I'm doing, Woolly Swamp, and this one is Holly Jolly Christmas. And then Falling Leaves, I'll do the leaves with, and then come back and start filling in the other beautiful flowers. The little dogs at the bottom, I'm so excited about. I love them. I'm not sure what's coming out of their mouth. I'm not sure at all what's coming out of their mouth, but something's coming out of their mouth. Okay, I'm gonna have to go look at Daylene's and see if I can tell from her picture more what that is, or if it's part of this, another bloom off this flower. Because it kind of looks like the flower above it. So I'll have to look at an actual stitched picture to see, but I stinking love this thing. It is beautiful, and it called for 30 count, and like I said, I've got 30 count, and it does call for other colors, of course, but I'm just the person that doesn't. Called for 30 count parchment, and so I had this piece of 30 count pecan shortbread, and I will put this on here and show y'all. I keep, this is how I like to keep my charts on a clipboard. Then I put them on my little pillow pad thing here. And then, so I put that on here, and then I can just look at it while I stitch. I will probably do some kind of a little short or something about stitching in the wild, because it came up this week. When you're not stitching at home, which is what I call stitching in the wild. When you're stitching in the wild, that's a whole thing. Because when I travel, I have been known, James Williams will be like, because I have taken the shades off lamps, I have to try to get lighting and stuff right. So I have found a setup that works for me, that I can take in my bag and stitch anywhere. So I'm sure a lot of y'all that go to needlework shows or something have a good, but there you have a table. But you know, when you're at the hotel, and now, y'all ain't sitting in them chairs, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I take my own blanket, and I could get a towel, but I am not interested in sitting in no chair in a hotel room. I'm not. not. So I sit on the bed. So it is it's a whole thing to get your stitching set up in the wild situated. But I think this time I finally worked out a system. Hallelujah and amen. I worked out a system and it seems to be working for me. And I am so excited this time. It worked out great. I still can't stitch on linen or even weave in the car. Our roads are not conducive to that at all. Now, I can stitch on Ada in the car pretty good, but I cannot stitch on anything smaller in the car. It bounces around. Or maybe it's just the cars we drive now. I don't know. Seems like we used to drive as bad or worse cars. I don't know. But we had the truck and the Jeep. And maybe, but I mean, we would always travel in the truck. It's not like we ever went, because James, even when I had a car, James Williams was not going nowhere in a car or a little SUV. I mean, he would go in that, but he would not. The one time I had a car, he was out. He was out. He wasn't going in it. He doesn't like to drive the Jeep now because he said it's like driving a sailboat down the road. So he gets all aggravated and don't want to go nowhere in my Jeep. So, okay, then I'm going to show you, I started a new section on Halloween rules. So these are just all the called for DMCs here. And my beautiful white floss one. Then we have, I started on the Scarecrow section. So I finished Visit a Haunted House last week, and then I started on Scarecrow right there. So I got the little box done, and I got one of the leaves done before I set it down last night because the colors aren't showing enough contrast. I'm gonna have to grab another color because it wants you to, I think it was 936 and 580 are the two colors that it called for. And that's what it, I don't know if this one is stitched with that, with the DMCs or the, I would say these are probably stitched with the overdyes. There's some samplers and some Weeks Dye Works in here both, but I will show you the 580 and the 936 aren't showing enough difference. So I'm gonna have to go pull another color. So at that point last night, I just said meh and set it down. Which I think we watched the last episode of The Mandalorian last night while I was stitching on this, which made me sad. Because y'all know I love me some Star Wars. And I love me some Mando. And Grogu. And now he's doing Grogu and I'm so excited. Okay, so I finished this one last week. So I'd done my little box here. And then inside that leaf, it shows, fold this way so y'all can see it, that this is what it's supposed to look like. And it don't. See how that leaf looks with a lighter center? Well, that's 2 rows of the lighter center in there, okay? And I believe that's 580 and 936. And when you're looking at it, you would think it would show up. But it's just it's not light enough. So I'm either gonna have to switch over to, I don't think I have anything pulled, any of the calls for that are doing it. The overdyes that it calls for are Grasshopper, which is the light colored one, and Bullfrog. And I don't think I have the Grasshopper. I may see if Lisa wants to run up to Stitch and Itch this week. We may have to get us some Grasshopper, or I'm just gonna grab a different color and use it. So, because as you can see, that is not showing up, not one little bit. So I will probably pull that out and get a lighter color and go from there with it. But oh, I also did some more of my border. So I've been trying to just pull my border down and make sure that each time I'm pretty close to, if not finished, I've finished that section of border. So that way when I get to the end, I won't have to go 900 miles of border because that's not my favorite. But I stinking love this. Love, love, love it. The little ghost and the dog, the candy bags and the haunted house. And then this will have the sunflower and the crow on there and say Scarecrow. This is a free download for the topper. So that has been super nice to be able to grab it out and work on it some every week. And I'm hoping, like I said, if I got it finished by July, that would be great. But it has, how many sections? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It has 12 sections, and I have done 3. So I might have it finished by July. I don't know. It might happen. It could happen. But I will definitely have it finished in time for Halloween display next year, which is what I really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I really want to have that ready for display next year. That's what I really, really want. Okay, so that is Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. If your LNS does not have them, 1, 2, 3 Stitch bought all Lizzie Kate's patterns when they retired. So they, you can always get it from them if your LNS doesn't have it. If any LNSs do have it and want to holler, I will tell somebody. Because of course, if you can get it from a brick and mortar shop, you know, that's great. This is the last one, of course, and that was one of my 22 that I had last July was Halloween Rules. This one is also one, Stories to Live by Plum Street Samplers, Noah. So this was one of those. And I loved this week because I got to do my first over 1 on it. I love over 1 stitching. It's so fun to me. I know I'm probably a weirdo. I probably just made the prayer list for some of y'all because you're thinking there's something wrong with your brain if you be loving to do the over 1 stitching. I love it. It's just so cute. You can make the cutest, tiniest little things. So I got my Noah done, and I got my little birds done that are setting with him. Noah isn't over 1, but the birds are. The word and is over 1. And then these little ladybugs I'm gonna show you are over 1. There is a lot of over 1 on this pattern. So if you are not an over 1 stitcher, you would have to back stitch the word and then you could satin stitch these little bugs, but you're still going to have to be over 1 satin stitching, okay? So if you're not into over 1, this probably may not be the thing for you, because this next row, okay, I have and done. Okay, so here we go. Noah, oh Noah, he was very good, did as he was told, and then I have to put used gopher wood. Then the next row after used gopher wood is all over 1 animals, which are wonderful. You can see them right there. And I'm super excited about them because I love doing over 1. I don't believe the section at the very bottom is over 1. Those animals are, no. The section at the bottom that shows the arc, that is not over 1. So you technically could back stitch the word and skip the little over 1 animals and push all that up and then do the one at the bottom if you wanted to, if you just could not bear the over 1. But I am super excited about the over 1 because, you know, I'm super excited about the over 1. So, and look at those adorable little ladybugs. So cute. And then here's my little Noah right there. And the little birds with his little white beard. He is adorable. I love him. Love him, love him. And don't nobody say to me, isn't he a little dark? No, he is not. No, he is not. He is not a little dark. Jesus did not have blonde hair and blue eyes, okay? Contrary to what the picture in my grandparents' bedroom showed, Jesus did not have blonde hair and blue eyes, y'all. I hate to be the one. You know what? I don't. I don't hate to be the one. I don't hate to be the one. That's a lie. Noah was dark. Noah was a brown man. Jesus was too. So, if you still don't know, now you know. So no, he's not a little dark. Don't nobody say it. I'm only saying that because someone did. And I love him. But this is my job. This is my job to educate the masses sometimes, right? On everything. You can pick up other people's prescriptions for them to help them out if you know their name and their date of birth and you're willing to pay their copay. Or if it's someone you're kin to, in case you didn't know. You can help people like that. In case you didn't know, if you drink while you're taking some antibiotics, the alcohol can kill the antibiotics and they won't work as well or at all. So in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know, if you take antibiotics, sometimes it can affect the way your birth control pills work and other medicines you take. So in case you didn't know. Things I thought everybody knew, but they don't. That is Noah's Stories to Live by Plum Street Samplers. Now those are my FFOs, my finishes, and my whips this week. I did have a little bit of haul, which I'm super excited about. This is one of the things I ordered when I saw it, when I ordered the Homespun Collectibles Noah Santa that has gone AWOL. Is this guy. The Noah's Ark Santa. He was sitting by there taunting me. I may or may not already have him. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But he is adorable. So I need to go through all my Noahs this week and be sure I don't have him hanging out somewhere. Then I got my Keepsake collectible calendar this week. And it is from Keepsakes. And I think there is a phone number on here somewhere. That you can probably call and order this if I can find it to show y'all. Okay, here we go. So here's the phone number. Right there. 800-322-0691. That is the phone number if you want to order this calendar after I show it. It is from Keepsakes, which I believe is a part of Hirschner's. It is super cheap. $25 for 13 patterns, so you can't get much cheaper than that. I looked at the book, so I haven't held up the first. So it looks like this on the cover. This is so cute. Every day is a fresh start, and it has little lemons. That's adorable. It is done on some kind of teal Aida, so it's not a solid coverage piece. It could be. Then it shows this, which is beautiful, this stained glass piece. So it has that pattern. It's called Stained Glass Elegance. It has this one for your kitchen, Season Everything with Love. Then it has this one, it's a little sweet shop, and then I guess it has this little cup full of macarons also. So it has this little patisserie and this little cup of macarons, which I have never tried. My friend had them at a party the other day too, and I forgot to try them. Look at these little kitties. This is called Cozy Corner. Look at them kitty cats, that's so cute. And all them plants, everybody's so happy in that house. These beautiful birds. There's a painted bunting, an oriole, and I'm gonna say that's some kind of a scarlet tanager. I've never seen that bird here. I've never seen an oriole in my yard either. I have had a painted bunting. That's what we call the one we have here, which is like this red, green, blue bird down here. All beautiful. That one's May. June has this piece that is so cute on this purse. This little woody vehicle with the surfboards. So cute. And you can see with some of these, they are trying to appeal to a younger crowd also. So that makes me happy. Everybody needs to get their stitching on. Every day is a fresh start. I'm contemplating teaching a little stitch class over at Sisters because she wants to learn. This piece by Elizabeth Almond is gorgeous. Look at that. With all these beautiful butterflies and this black work. I'm assuming it tells you how to do them on that clear, it's on clear plastic canvas also. But they are beautiful on this. I stinking love that. So pretty. And then this one is Lisa Miller, it says, but it looks like somebody else's and I can't think who it makes me think of. But how cute is he? That little fox. Adorable. Then we have October, this piece. Okay, I've never done a full coverage. And this one I checked is like 110 by 110. This one may be my full coverage piece ever that I've ever done. This is so cute. That is adorable. That is just adorable. This November is a little bunny and a little squirrel, and they are so cute. Look at them. And so you get all these for the $25.93. So you can't beat that. This is a three-part one. They've done in one piece by Karen Kluba, whose name I always have a hard time saying. Look at that. That is adorable. So cute. And then, is that the end? Yeah. So you have December to December. So you have all those for $25.93. So you can't beat that. That is probably the cheapest patterns you're gonna find this year. So those are my two pieces of haul this week. Questions and comments. Elaine, I did tell James Williams that I heard him singing, and y'all did too, but only after it was uploaded, so he couldn't try to take it back. Nancy, thank you for the tip about the Jill Rinsel mat. I am on the lookout for it for a woolly winter. Oh, Sue, there is a product called Snake Scram, and you can sprinkle it out and stuff, and I think it's mainly sulfur though. They don't like the smell of sulfur, so you can sprinkle sulfur out and snakes will stay away from there if you're really freaked out about them. Hey, Allison, hello. So yeah, snakes bother you a lot. That works. Okay, Charles sent us all a little rhyme. Spring is that thing we use to remember to get us through winter, which starts in December. Amen and amen, Charles. I've always got to be thinking about my spring because winter is the hardest time for me, 100%. And Charles, and there are 2 or 3 other y'all that have emails hanging out there. I haven't forgot you. I just haven't got all my emails done yet. So I didn't forget you. Mary Lou and Vicky, yes, needles do get dull, and I forget that because we're talking about embroidery needles making that sound. I am the worst. Until the eye of the needle breaks, I do not throw it away. I do not throw it away. I think it's Brenda or Laura, one who gets a new needle every time they get a new project, which is so, I mean, needles do get like little, they get boogered up like wood. When you hit wood with a hammer and it makes a dent in it, you know, it boogers it up. Well, that's the same thing. Needles do get little micro rents in them, indents and things. And so, yes, my needle probably is dull. Some needles are too dull to begin with, but yes, I probably need to check the sharpness because I'm not sure if that's a needle that came with the kit or if that's one I pulled out. So, you know, of my stuff. Rita, I am so sorry. She broke her arm and 2 fingers. I am so sorry. So her stitching is on the back burner right now. Yes, I do live in Texas. I live just south of the Metroplex. So DFW's up here and I live just south of that. And when we left here and we went down to Houston to see CJ and Juanee. And then we went straight across through Schulenburg and all this. It's nearly kind of due west, sort of, to Schulenburg. And then San Antonio. And then we came back up like this. We make usually a big loop and come back up through Lampasas and come home. So yeah, we made a big old circle. So we left here, Dallas, basically, Dallas, Houston, Schulenburg, San Antonio, and came back through Lampasas, which is by Killeen and all out that way. So yeah, we made a big old loop. Yes, so I'm in Texas making a big old loop. Okay, and Karen, I was 56 on my birthday. So I'm 56, CJ's 36. So that always helps me remember because he is exactly 20 years. I'd been 20 a week when he was born. I was so excited about being 20. Charles, okay, thank you for telling me the exact moment. He said, because now 5850 is where James Williams starts singing last week, so I can use that. So I don't have to go hunting for where it's at. So whenever I want to try to blackmail him with something, I can let him know that at 5850, that little segment can go to his coworkers, his, you know, whatever. But yeah, so thank you for not making me look for the place for that. That saved me some trouble. Just don't think I would not use it. Don't think it. Oh, ouch. Oh, my fingers. Okay, last week's shares. You get all my mess. Y'all, I've got such a mess here. Okay. Last week's shares. Okay, Honey. Honey is Linda Norris. Linda Norris. And if all y'all will email me, NissyLynn@Yahoo when we're done. River is Nanette. Nanette McDougal Dykes. Spring Smalls. Wherever it went. Here. Allie D. Allie D, if you'll email me. Bovinia, where you at? Right here. Is Danette Rowe. Danette Rowe. Country. Here. Daniela Drexen. Daniela Drexen. And then we have a couple from last week that I didn't hear, or week before that, last week that I didn't hear from. Let's see who that is. Teresa, I thought I had your address. I'm gonna have to go look again. Teresa Chiclay, carrots for sale. I'll look again before I go to the post office today. I thought you'd got something before. I swear I thought you did. But y'all, I usually only have like 94 to 75 comments. I use the random comment picker to choose it. And so there are a lot of y'all that watch that either don't want to stitch it or don't. So, I mean, I send them internationally. So don't think because you live somewhere else, you're not eligible. This is Mary Lou Etter Gardner. Mary Lou Etter Gardner was Welcome Winter last week. And then I have, who else hanging out here? Neil, and I know you commented last week. Neil Steven or Neil Stephen. If you'll contact me, Cardinal Ken needs to go to you. Happy 4th needs to go to Richard Allen. Richard Allen. So that's who I'm waiting for to send things. So y'all email me. And then this week's shares, here we go, are what do we have here? Needle Bling's Sunflower Barn. How cute is this? Oh, I wish I lived in this barn. I love it. Use the word barn, B-A-R-N, barn. Use the word barn if you're interested in that one. We have this beauty. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this enough that somebody sent it and I have another one in my stash. So this is Matter in Hand. And it is by Jeanette Douglas and it's beautiful. Use the word hand, H-A-N-D. Then we have two of these that I just adore, and it's so hard to see. And I think sometimes these are expensive, but y'all sent these and they're beautiful. And I had some in my stash already. So this is, I think these are all by, these two I think are by, let me see before I tell a lie. I think both of these are Told in a Garden, but I ain't trying to lie. Sorry, y'all. And I know y'all are having to hear that sound you don't like. I'm trying not to lie. No, this one's lavender and lace, which may be the same thing. I don't know, but I'm trying to get the picture out of the wrapper so you can see it. This one says it's called Serendipity. So, so cute. Use the word sampler because serendipity is hard to spell. So use the word sampler if you're interested in that beauty. How beautiful is that? And then we have this one. This one is by Told in a Garden. It's called Amish Pioneer. So use the word Amish. And I'm fixing to hold it up, y'all, sorry. How beautiful is that? So it has these little, you can make placemats out of it. Or you could use this little design. I would use this as a cartouche. They've used this like on either side of like placemats or something, right? But I think this would be a beautiful cartouche on anything. You could put initials inside that. And then it has the beautiful little Amish girls with their quilts, which is beautiful. So it's called Amish Pioneer. And then I forgot to get out Woolly Winter. I already threw it over here. Let me grab it out. By Shepherd's Bush. Yike. The last one is Woolly Winter by Shepherd's Bush. And so it is the last one. So use the word winter if you're interested in it. And those will be this week's shares. And I think that's everything. If everybody will just email me. And if I called you out. And I think that's everything. I'm trying to get this uploaded and then get to lunch with Kristen and Takimi's program. And y'all have a happy Friday and enjoy your stitching. Bye. Oh, wait, not bye yet. Wait, I was gonna show y'all. Catch on his little thing. I'm not doing too bad. Oh, I'm a little over an hour, but sorry, y'all. That's the way. Sometimes that's the way it is with me. I know some of y'all don't do the Facebook and stuff, but let's see. Okay, I want to. Okay, for one thing, here he is this week. Bebe took him for a haircut and they just ruined his life. He did not need no haircut in there now. He didn't want no haircut in there. And he stops and cheesing for Pap right there before he goes again. He was so happy on that thing. I thought I had some saved to the girls this week. Here we go. That was the girls with Lily at Math Pentathlon on Saturday. They did so good. And then here they are. Here's Aria at one of the game tables playing some of the games. And y'all, now Mike and Justin always volunteer to work these events, right? And Mike ended up not having to. Justin did. They had enough people. But y'all, one kid, and now these are elementary kids. And elementary kids in math pentathlon, okay? This should be, I'm thinking the low-key group of kids, right? Granny, one of the grannies that was watching, I didn't go watch. That's too much for me to be shut in that cafeteria, gym, whatever, with all them kids and the people and watching. That's too much for me. A granny got mad and knocked all the game stuff off the table. One of the kids punched another kid. And then, of course, everybody, all these people I'm telling about got kicked out. And another one used the F word. An elementary school kid. Because they didn't win a game. Y'all, there's a bunch of y'all out there need to get y'all life right. I'm just going to say that right now. A bunch of y'all need to get y'all life right because nope. I can't with it. I cannot with it. And this was the little sassies this morning with their little face jewels on. They put on face jewels. It's Miller Friday. So they were all sassy this morning, getting ready for going to school for Miller Friday. So now I'm going to jump off of here and tell y'all to have a happy Friday and have a great weekend and enjoy your stitching. Bye.